Hey everybody, it's Ace Attorney time. I only kind of remember what was happening last week.
Whoa.
I think we just finished out this
I
leg of the trial.
remember it all.
I think we
I
just...
don't remember it all.
Yeah, I think we just finished out this, leg of the trial, basically. Where they were,
More like Lego of the
Yeah, because we found out that...
Star Wars.
That the man could... the person that was in the security room, who they thought was Detective Goodman, wasn't, but there was still just an absolute shitload of wiped away blood. So they're like, well, somebody must have died in there. And then Phoenix was like, wait a second, if the Blue Badger was there, how did that other bloody handprint get on Gumshoe's locker? And then they were like, oh, I guess we're gonna go investigate that. So now we're gonna go investigate that. I believe that's...
Yep, that was basically it.
I believe that's roughly what happened, yeah. And also we had to watch a bad video a bunch of times.
God, I hated that video.
Hello, Mall Guy. Welcome. February 24, 3:12 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Oh yeah, also this.
Drastic crimes require drastic measures.
She basically
They threw
admitted
in
that
gulag.
she fucking basically admitted that the prosecutor's office definitely lied about some shit.
Listen, did we or did we not get the guy in jail? That's just the way it is. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved.
And then the court erupted into a fucking cacophony of, oh my god. I didn't know.
Rabble, rabble, rabble.
I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings. Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me. Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What do you mean, what happened to you? It's all here in the
What
file.
do you mean?
Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, there's a lot of R's in here, it's making it very difficult. He left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. But what do you have to do with those killings, Emma? On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me. What? He tried to kill you?
What?
Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me. So that means you... Yes, I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial. I didn't see that one coming. You didn't? It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. And suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Joe Dark. It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother. Joe Dark tried to take me hostage, but before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then, what happened? I'll never forget it. Lightning struck, and the lights went out. Suddenly. Was her name on the file? Yeah, I know. Her name was on the file of the case. I guess you don't technically have to read it, though, so... Well, no, you do have to read it to get the evidence that Neil Marshall was the reason that fucking Josh Marshall, or whatever the fuck his name is
Josh Marshall. Whoa.
Jake,
His name is
Jake.
Neil Marshall.
It's Jake. Jake is the other one. Jake.
Which one are you talking about? Jake Marshall?
Jake
Yeah.
Marshall's...
Neither of these guys is named Josh Marshall.
I couldn't remember his name, so I just said Josh for some reason. I know it started with a J. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture into my mind. I can still see it now. A permanent
He was
picture.
peeing all over the floor.
He pissed. I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall. So you weren't able to testify about that? No, I was only asked about when I was attacked.
Exactly.
It must be
Only
why
Josh can prevent forest
Well,
fires.
she made up the crime. Made it up. You mean provided bogus evidence? That's not how I would put it. The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it. Edgeworth? Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened. So it's true. Even though he may not have known it. Edgeworth really was involved with falsifying evidence. After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold like she was today. She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. What did you see in the instant that crime occurred? Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall
Man, I got
his knife.
My dude Dark rocking the onion haircut.
Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. I should really stop not reading. Like, I should wait until the sentence is finished typing before I read it. I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently, I passed out.
Yeah, well, we all make mistakes.
When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms. Poor Emma. You've been through so much. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that incident. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any gold. 2 years ago. You must have been 14. That's understandable. Any gout?
Any gout? It was not a gout.
It was not gout. Joe Dark did not have gout.
There was not gout anywhere.
Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies. And find
I was hoping. I thought she was gonna.
Guess.
I thought she was gonna become an artist so that she could learn how to draw good.
That way Lana would never have to forge any. I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma. What is it? You said you were in Lana's office at that time, right? That's right. Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor? Oh, there's no mystery there. There isn't? Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day. Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police? Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and slid into my sister's office. Why did he run all the way over to your sister's office? Because the detective's office is in the questioning room,
joking,
right?
everybody's laughing now.
Mom's spaghetti.
Mom's spaghetti. Ew.
It's over, but it's calm spaghetti.
Everybody's joking now.
Arms. Buddy keeps on spaghetti.
But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes spaghetti.
I thought you were gonna keep going.
That's one of my.
Drink.
Oh, I see.
The next line is my favorite. He opens his mouth, but spaghetti won't come out.
Spaghetti won't come out. That's what it is. Whole crowd goes spaghetti. He opens his mouth, but spaghetti won't come out. He's joking. Everybody's spaghetting.
Because the
I can't
detective
remember
office
it
is
all
in the
anymore.
questioning room right across from the elevator. Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force. What? That's news to me.
What? Dude, is there anything that fucking Phoenix knows about literally anything?
No, apparently not. After the Joe
He's
Dark case,
so dumb.
she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Lana used to be
In
a
2
detective?
years.
I better have another talk with her. Well, that's the only clue. Wait, I have the guide open. Aha, I forgot.
Wait, I can cheat. Behold.
Yeah, detention center. That's where I assumed we were going at. Sometimes it's obvious, and sometimes it isn't. February 24, detention center, visitors room. Lana,
Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble.
falsifying evidence? I didn't think you were the type.
Criminals don't mind playing fouls. Why would we?
But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty.
Believe me, I understand the risks. But
Then
I'm
is
also
she-
never wrong, so it's fine.
Lana, Emma told me about you.
Oh,
About how you were a
excuse me,
detective
Steven.
2
You
years
want?
ago.
Excuse me, Steven. These are my toes. If you could stop stepping on them.
I'm sorry. I'll get off your toes. And how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office.
That means she wasn't the chief prosecutor who gave the strike to Von Karma. It was someone else. What does it mean? That's right.
Could you fill me in on the details, especially about that unusual change of jobs?
I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright.
I would love to know anything that's going on at any point. It'd be great. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago.
Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how excessive Officer Marshall can be.
At trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth.
It couldn't be helped, Emma. At the trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul.
Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is at 5:15 there was no murder at the police department. Tell me it's not true, Lana. What the witness, Miss Starr, said about you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife.
Oh no, I stabbed the shit out of that guy.
Lana, I don't
I
understand.
started this case off saying I did.
Why won't you tell us?
Emma, this doesn't involve just me.
I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so phased before.
Actually, to be the chief prosecutor in one spin-off game is Pogs.
Nice.
Pogs? Why did I make it plural? Two Pogs.
Two Pogs.
It's two.
I hate some of our bits.
Got him.
And I hate that I can't stop myself from doing them.
Isn't it great? I love 2 Chains. It always kills me anytime. Every time he's just like 2 Chains. It's true. I was sorry. God, think about 2 Chains getting all.
I was a member of 2
Oh.
Chains.
It's a member of 2 Chains. It was awesome. I'm losing it now. Of the police force 2 years ago.
She was amazing. They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gaines cracked together. Chief Gaines?
Yeah, but Gant scares me. I don't like.
He was the deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked. Oh, no, that's the wrong one.
Up. It's me again. He was the deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked on crime scenes. Diamond Gant. He was everything I aspired to be.
They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed. Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened?
I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was
To gain experience investigating crime scenes, so you could use that experience in court, right?
Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office.
Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago.
2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark.
Second in command? That means the investigation lead was Damon Gant, right?
Yes, Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office. What?
I don't know. Seems like they could give...
and the same. and the same investigation.
Sorry. Seems like they could have two different offices, but whatever. They even have the same office?
There's just two desks crammed in a slightly small office. Great. We led a team of the best detectives on the force. It was two fucking cowboys. This gangster guy, and I'm not even going to describe Star. Detective Good, blah blah blah. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place.
When he tried to murder Emma. Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark.
You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me.
Now you tell us.
Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. Their investigation was in its final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gant and Marshall had let their guards down, then fled the room.
Which they, for some reason, hadn't locked.
Listen, we don't have all the protocols we have these days. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself.
That's where he found me. So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana? Oh.
It appears so. I was filing some papers when Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. Oh God. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood.
3 bodies?
Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out,
I would call Marshall the victim here, but...
and the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious.
What did you do?
To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. I shook her like a small baby calf.
Can't blame her, after all her sister must have gone through.
Just yelling, Emma! Emma!
Emma!
Eventually,
Emma.
she woke up. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest.
Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident?
That's right. Quite a coincidence,
I don't buy it. Well, what were you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident, just by chance. But that case was solved 2 years ago. At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved.
Officer Marshall, yes. His actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely.
Guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark.
Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories.
That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right?
In the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself. The Chief's office.
Maybe we should have a look at the Chief's office, the site of the final SL9 murder.
Oh no, what if he's there though? And he does the slow blink.
I'm assuming... Move to the fucking... I don't know how to get there. Okay, we'll move here. Police department entrance. There we go. February 24, police department entrance.
The spin-off game was never localized.
Why are you Why are you not in jail?
Howdy, Bambina.
Oh, Mr. Marshall.
I never reckoned things turned out this way when I woke up this afternoon. I meant morning. Hey, sirrah, sirrah. You never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambina? I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning.
Billy? Must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed?
Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner.
But Mr. Marshall, why did you do it?
Why do prosecutors head west?
Nope.
It's fuck! Fine. Why do prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I need to know the truth about, it was that one.
I don't think that has anything to do with prospectors. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened?
Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so.
What do you mean, fishy?
Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon.
The murder weapon? You mean that switchblade knife with the broken tip?
That was Joe Dark's all right. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised.
A question?
I believe the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained.
What does that mean?
It means there's a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon. But then they updated the autopsy report and we all forgot about it. However, in the report that was finally submitted, oh god, they actually did update it. That possibility had been erased.
You don't have to update it if you just never submit it. It doesn't need to be updated, it's the only one.
It's the only one. My god, the
Facts have
technology.
been concealed with forged evidence?
That case left behind scars on all of us.
The scars in that SL9 incident left behind.
I got the looks, but he got the brain. Sorry. I just realized how ridiculous that was. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I had just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together.
How old was he, your brother?
He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day.
The highest honor? You mean the...
King of prosecutors.
I knew it.
What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor.
Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother. The day the SL9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as...
That's right. It was the day of the evidence transferal.
Eh? Interesting.
It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years had already gone by. Have already gone by. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die.
Apparently someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty.
There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. Miss Starr was fired, and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room.
What about Detective Goodman?
If they did something to him, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious.
They? What are you talking about?
Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Dam and Gant and Lana Sky.
Gant and Sky.
The investigation lead, Damon Gant, and his second in command, Lana Sky. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. The case was the biggest step in both of their careers.
After that case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right?
Yeah. Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left.
Eh?
Everyone knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Sky was totally different when she was a detective.
Now that he mentions it, Emma said something like that too.
Why, I once saw her smile.
Tell me, what happened to my sister?
Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out.
Lana's secret. It all started 2 years ago.
So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner?
It was certainly enlightening.
There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict, but someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today.
That little pop really got me.
Oh, that was good. Too bad I won't be around to work with you. When you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina. I'm gonna miss him.
Rip. Criminal Affairs Department. February 24, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. This place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted. That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes. Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room.
Thanks, Chief.
Thanks? Wow, he actually talked to us. But the chief prosecutor saying what she did and the decision about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media in tomorrow's trial. There's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together.
Hey, topical.
I think festive.
Merry Thanksgiving.
I'm sorry, we'd like to have you look around Chief Gant's office. Just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor. Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything. Hey, you're right, you can't go in there, it's off limits. Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office.
Little did Edgeworth know that back then it wouldn't be the last time he used an updated autopsy report in court. True, Malagai.
That man must be the chief of detectives. He's staring at the screen so hard it might shatter. What? Dark case may have been fabricated? That's what I thought all along. I just never bothered to tell anyone. Now there's a guy who cares about his work. What are you doing, Mr. Image Training? That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. That's it, the villain used a time machine. Very clever indeed. That would explain the alibi. The future might not be so far away after all. He's not writing a report. He's writing a novel. Chief's office. Fucking...
Oh my god. Excuse me? There. Fuck off with this noise. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Steven, what the what?
Whoa, where am I?
Why is his office his entire cathedral?
In the chief's office ceiling.
Excuse me?
That's what it said on the door. Check out that
nice
pipe
organ, bro.
That's real, isn't it? Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Bach. They did not.
They did not.
I thought I was a genius until they tried teaching me notes. Fuck, Jesus. I never could remember where C was.
Uh-oh. Here he is.
Oh, it's you two. Chief Gant.
This explains the cross tie.
Yeah. He put that paper he was reading.
Oh, look
in
at that
his desk.
entire suit of armor.
So, Righto, you been swimming lately? No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too, what with Mr. Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence? 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. I can't nail this down anymore. I don't know what happened.
That's basically what you're going with. It's like slightly Midwestern.
See that big picture on the wall over there? That's a picture
Hey, there's
of
that
Lana.
pot that was broken.
There's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me. So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together.
That means that photo was taken in this office, which means that pot that was broken, that held the blood on it, was in this office.
Something's not right with this picture. There's many things not right with this picture. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it, though. Gant team picture added to the court record. Can I...
Yeah.
Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together. Oh, at this office. It was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we'd still like to have a
Not
look
suspicious.
around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. Looks like we aren't welcome. It seems that
Time
case
to
isn't over
bust
with
on
yet
in.
after all. What do you mean? Chief Gant denied our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there. You mean like a clue? There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office. Let's bust on in.
Austin makes me feel good.
February 24, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department.
Hey, Bal.
Detective Gumshoe, aren't you supposed to be in a meeting?
I'm, just taking a breather. My, feet hurt.
From sitting so long?
Actually, from serving everyone coffee.
Seems like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop.
Say, if either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth,
Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask?
he's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battles between you two in court.
That sounds serious. Is it because of what my sister said?
That's basically what it all boils down to, yeah. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood.
Yikes.
Are you still eating pretzels?
Yes. But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged.
Steven, this is an all-talking stream, please.
Well, Sky's the guilty party here, isn't she?
Regardless, the prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there have been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor has kept him safe from those who don't like him. But now with this,
Are there really so many people who hate him?
in our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know of for making enemies.
Hey, Dick, keep up the good work.
Yes, sir. I forgot my
go
name
for
was
lunch.
Dick for a second.
Hey, Dick. Hey, jackass. Let's go out for lunch again
Hey,
sometime.
asshole.
My treat.
Yes, sir.
You gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick?
Yes, sir.
Seems you don't have any problems with the enemies.
Well, yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. It's because he's not very good at his job. He makes no enemies. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth might just crack. Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while the coffee was brewing.
He seems genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did you find out anything?
The only evidence Doc left behind was during his final attack.
His final attack? You mean...
when he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl.
Me. Seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl.
That's when he left behind the most incriminating evidence of all.
Well, what was it?
Oh, well, let's see. I think it had something to do with the murder weapon. Oh, I forget. Look, it's all written down somewhere here and here, okay?
His powers of recollection never fail to impress. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory. Let's show him that. Let's show him Edgeworth's knife. Haha.
Let's really confuse him.
About this.
Is that?
It has a tag attached to it with the label SL9 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of.
What are you doing with that? Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in a locker.
On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker, and was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler.
That's it! Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me.
Well, what was it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again.
I have no idea. What?
This knife. It was Joe Dark's, wasn't it?
That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it at, plus it had his fingerprints on it too.
But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right?
That's where his luck ran out.
I feel like my shit may have broken, or did you just...
Hold
on. Okay, there we go.
I assume it was me. I'm on my bad laptop at
Right.
my dad's.
Alright, well, it seems to be good now. I did not catch
I think
any
it's
of
doing
you
it
reading-
again.
Ah. I was gonna say, I did not catch any of you reading this line, if you did read it.
I did not read it. I didn't even see this panel. I just sort of stopped.
Ah.
When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken.
You don't have to take a good look to notice that.
Yeah, well, anyway. Take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in.
Where was it?
The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body.
Eh?
It was found deep inside the stab wound.
Did it match Dark's knife?
You bet, down to the last fiber.
That's pretty conclusive. Neil's autopsy report added to the court record. Stabbed in the back, died from punctured heart and lung. A knife tip was in the wound. Switchblade knife updated in the court record. Broken tip was found in the victim's body. Belonged to murderer Joe Dark.
Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman.
A businessman? What made him take to serial killing?
One day, on his way home, he hit someone with his car.
With his car? So, it was an accident?
An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal.
An animal?
He killed a man that witnessed the accident. Then he killed a lady who saw the second crime. A kid who walked by just then, so he killed him too. Then he was burying the bodies. A jogger came on the scene, and he killed him as well. Finally, he turned himself in.
Seems he was a pretty careless animal.
Of course, this is all just conjecture. There was a single shred of evidence.
So he turned himself in.
Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim. Prosecutor Marshall. The crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed.
That last witness, aka Emma.
Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know.
Can I ask you one more thing?
What is it? If it's money you need, you should go ask Chief Gan.
It's not money, but it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. The chief's out now and his office is locked, but we'd like to have a look around if that's okay.
Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door.
What? Really?
But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust.
Breach of trust.
Simply put, I'd be canned.
Oh.
Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you.
How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's.
That one was gay. The data was deleted the day he died.
Oh. So in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office. I wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind. Is there?
Nope. My mind is like a steel vice. It is immovable.
Seems like no at the moment as I glance over the, notes.
Also, I am going to go grab some water. It is far away in my current setup.
Ah.
So
That's okay.
I will be back in a few minutes if that's okay.
Alright. I'll be, I'll just read for you. It's fine. February 24th, Prosecutor's Office, underground parking lot. No one's here today, not even Miss Starr. Everyone's probably busy looking into what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are. But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15. Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case. But instead it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty. Hang in there, Lana. I've got to find all the answers by tomorrow. But you won't. Anyway. So chat, what's up? I'm waiting for Josh, because I don't want him to miss. I don't want to miss a thing. So yeah, what's up? What's happening? What's popping? How you liking the game so far? Is everything cool? Having a good time? Sup, Booper Ninja? Not much. Just I played some Yakuza earlier today. I did spend a good chunk of that stream doing the second stream. That is doing what the business minigame. Also fought a giant Roomba that I can now recruit to my business. It's great. Super cool and good. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm having a real great time with that game. I'm glad I tried it. Glad I got excited for it, because so far the hype has paid off. It has paid dividends. I'm curious if they'll do the next couple Yakuza games like that too, as like RPGs instead of the or as like, you know, classic style JRPGs instead of the kind of like beat 'em up adventure RPGs that they were. I am just enjoying some pretzels while Josh isn't here. You know what? I am going to move somewhere that has music, because this is killing me. Fuck! Doesn't have music in here. Playing the latest Hearthstone expansion. Dope. Have you got any cool cards? In your Hearthstone? Change the monetization and the community's on fire. Ah. One of those, huh? That does sound unfortunate. How bad we talking? It was like, was it a good change or a bad change? I assume a bad change, but I don't know, maybe. Consensus is bad change, yeah. Well, there's a, like, what did they make stuff more expensive, or did they just kind of change how the economy worked? I know this is a complicated thing to send in a Twitch message, but I'm just trying to stay engaged. Maybe I'll ask Josh about it when he gets back if we get into a period of me looking for stuff, but the stream is largely reading. It is wild that Josh's microphone keeps buzzing every couple of seconds. Sorry, I'm just enjoying some pretzels while I wait for the response. Oh.
What I miss?
Not much. There was nobody in the garage, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna move somewhere with music, and then there was no music in here. They changed how you get free stuff and added more stuff you have to buy. Yeah, that does sound like a bad change. I was asking the guy about Hearthstone.
Oh yeah, Hearthstone's shit, dude. They one of my friends that still plays it, besides Mulligan, another person I know that plays it had initially emailed me. Email. Imagine if we just emailed casually, weirdo. He messaged me saying like, "Yeah, Hearthstone's got like all this stuff. It sounds like it could be really good." And then it came out, and everyone went, "Oh, it's now crazy hard to do anything for free, basically." And you like gain in-game rewards really fucking slowly. Like even slower. It was already slow and bad. And so people thought that it was going to be like improved upon. And then they made it worse. Thanks, Blizzard. From the same guy who was like, "Well, you guys didn't want Diablo Mobile? You all have phones, right?"
You like phones? February 24, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet. There he is. It looks like he's writing something.
What are you doing here?
Sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor.
He just crumpled it up immediately.
Tough day in court, huh?
I've had to live with the past 2 years of the rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me?
Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you. That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings.
Yeah, I've been seeing that a lot, Mulligan. So what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's all it breaks down to, and nothing I do can erase that fact.
But you didn't know, did you? I mean that the evidence was falsified.
The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, my responsibility as the prosecutor-in-chief, in charge. The fact remains that no matter what excuses I might have,
Mr. Edgeworth.
I take pride in my work.
Normally I use the subreddit to see which deck everyone is complaining about and play it. My
Play
plan
it,
is
bro.
foiled
Play it.
now.
Yeah, because they're just complaining about this. Just go play Secret Mage and Historic.
I laughed despite not knowing how what that means.
It's just a really shitty aggro combo or aggro tempo deck. Does some stupid shit. So tell me why ain't nothing but. Tell me why. Why has it all come to this?
Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Are you up for the trial tomorrow?
First last year's trial, and now this one. Seems all you do is worry about me. Okay. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves.
But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial.
Tomorrow is the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this.
What do you mean?
The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long.
It's only half as long as most lists? That is odd.
After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time.
Well, you assume I haven't played Wild Secret Mage before the expansion. Say, we just saw
Listen, I don't know how scummy you are, Mulligan.
Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture. Something seems strange about it. Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You were participating in a ceremony over at the station, right?
I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. The other thing that was strange about the picture is the shield had a sword in front of it too.
Yep.
That had like a broken tip.
Yep. Because you are awarded this?
Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department.
You finished up at the office?
Yes, just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back.
Take something back. Choked on a pretzel.
This.
Oh yeah, Chief Kent asked you to hold on to that, didn't he?
Yes, it was a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office.
That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to?
That's right.
Let's show him that picture.
Can we show him the picture?
Yeah. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. I took it with me.
I took it off the wall. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy.
Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me.
Yes?
The trophy Mr. Marshall is holding. It's a little different than yours.
Yes, you're right. Ah, I remember now.
Remember what?
That was what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design.
A story? Sorry. Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us?
It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means a halberd, and the second means shield. Have you heard this story?
Me? Oh, sure, everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though? For Emma's sake.
Very well. I'll pretend to not notice. Long ago in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon.
Wait a minute.
The king said,
Objection!
Put them together!
Those claims contradict
He
each
just-
other.
Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard the story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very descriptions of both those items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. And thus, the Chinese word for contradiction was born.
I have heard that legend before. Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and broken knife symbolize...
Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words, but it's in our nature to presume matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this.
Wow, thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield?
You'll have to ask Chief Gain. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the ward abolished.
That's not suspicious at all. Chief Gans.
No, not at all.
Pick a prosecutor's trophy updated in the court record. Hey, what was that thing you had, that you threw on the ground, bud? What was that about? I wonder what he was writing before. Come on, Mr. Wright, let's take a look. Are you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there. Just distract him. I'll check it out. Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground.
Hold on. First, let me see what this girl's doing crawling around my feet.
He didn't even look. What? Letter of...
If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says letter of resignation.
Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean...
I'm tired, right? I feel as if something inside me has died.
But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault.
I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either.
Uh-oh. I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. This letter of resignation. I wonder if I can use it for anything. Edgeworth's discarded letter of resignation. He's serious.
He's serious.
I don't know.
My God.
I don't know why that part was necessary, but all right. Anyway, think we're done with you for the moment. Yep. Bye. February 24, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot.
Sure, I guess you can just take that letter. It's not like I needed it.
Excuse me.
It's her.
Would either of you care for a quarter-pound of roast beef? Miss Star. I guess she's out of lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. What? Still, I never thought you'd go
Nice.
digging up that case
Nice.
from 2 years ago. Weird thing to say to a person. Everyone in this trial was involved.
You remind me of the first person to suck a cow's teat. Did you know that?
Everyone in this trial was involved with the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't all be attributed to mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know, that little scene I happened to witness? The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. And it stars hatred toward Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. What the fuck happened? Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days
down on me.
Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy.
Wait. You can't just say that.
So
You can't just say steamier than a bowl of hot gravy.
So Malagai looked it up, and apparently in Japanese, the word contradiction is mushun, whose individual kanji do indeed mean blade and shield. So I guess it's...
Nice.
I wonder if that also came from like a version of that legend then. I mean, if the Chinese one they told in the game is even true.
Are any legends true?
Yeah, they usually have something of truth in them, but
no. The answer is no.
generally speaking, no. Poor old Jake Marshall, though, must have been going through hell. You mean because of his brother's death? They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Lana Skye. My sister. The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course, they were led by that legendary duo. You like this screenshot? Lana and Chief Kent.
That's a popular screenshot. Let's view it 50 more times.
That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out.
Actually, it's 50 times.
You mean with
more.
the forging of the evidence? Don't get
the
me wrong.
evidence?
Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in the court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. And proof enough of what happened. Eh? After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties. Most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. One always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used? Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Screenshot. Grant led the investigation with Lana second in command. They were the best.
Screenshot.
They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Damon Grant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism? By that I mean his ability to attract evidence.
He literally had metal things floating to him.
It was fucking crazy, dog.
It was crazy. One time a stapler just flew right across the room.
Doinked him right in the back of the head. We all laughed. He produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled. Incredible evidence? You mean... Oh yes, there were rumors about him back then. No one dared confront him, though. I take it she's talking about forged evidence.
Because he looks like he would stick you inside a pipe organ and kill you.
Yeah. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Eh? Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. And if it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would have ever recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. He then said that the defendants are welcome to die. Miss Star. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief. That's right, having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control, and then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her change. At last, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Starr. You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go grab a drink now because I am quite thirsty because of all the pretzels. I'm putting the lid on my pretzels and I'm going to go get a drink, BRB. Okay. Head back to criminal affairs. I think I have to go to the police department entrance first. February 24, police station, criminal affairs department. Josh, I don't know if we can hear you. Oh, I heard a noise.
Hello?
Okay, there we go. It was just making like a staticky noise.
Have you not been able to hear me for like
minute
this whole
or two.
time or what?
A minute or two, yeah. Since before I left.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I was just monologuing the whole time you were gone.
Oh, dang.
No. I was talking about TVs and monitors. No. That's so sad. I wonder what happened. I guess my headset got slightly unplugged. Is Josh still there? God damn it. I was saying, I wondered why you weren't reacting to the shit I was saying about Star.
Would
My
you like to repeat
God.
any of it, or is it not worth it?
No, it's fine. Like when you left, I was like, I got a monologue about something. Let me move around this room. And I was like, TV, I can monologue about that. And I was talking about how it's weird that I was like, TVs, they're just basically older, shittier monitors. And I was talking about how essentially monitors and TVs are just the same thing.
Yeah.
It's really just down to like, these days, it's basically down to like what ports are on it. And I guess like what size range you're expecting. But really, that's about it. I mean, the only real difference is a TV is not going to have like a display port, and it might still have like RGB cables, but yeah. Anyways, that monologue is now lost to the ages. Yeah, it was really good too. It was the best thing I've ever said, which is perfect because no one can ever prove me wrong when I say that. Oh, you're back.
You're still here?
I gotta make 150 copies of these files.
Jesus.
I'm brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ.
You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ.
I gotta admire your persistency, but my answer's still no.
Eh?
I'm not letting you into the chief's office, period. That'd be my neck on the line.
That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. I have to take a look in there.
That's true.
There's got to be something.
So TVs are just like TVs are essentially just shittier monitors, really. But I think there's a singularity at which they will be the same thing, indistinguishable from one another.
How much do you think it's gonna break Edgeworth's or Gumshoe's heart when we show him this letter right now?
Oh, like immediately, the pain will be severe. What's a scrumpled up piece of paper?
I'm waiting for the music to cut out as soon as I hit enter.
No way, Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious.
Is he ever not serious?
I can't believe they've pushed him this far.
Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible.
When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice, willing to sacrifice our love, but I know him different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence, but we betrayed him.
Detective.
That's it. I've made up my mind.
But
Here, take my ID card.
we can't do that. If someone found out, they wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report.
Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be good as terminated.
What?
So at least let me do this, for Mr. Edgeworth's sake.
All right, detective. Thank you. I would die for
Tuck
Detective
swiftly in the
Gumshoe.
pocket. I would too. If anything happened to Detective Gumshoe, I would kill everyone in this room and then myself.
February 24, Police Department, Chief's Office.
Gumshoe's such a wholesome guy.
Mm-hmm. Here goes, Mr. Wright. Click. Beep.
Wild that his card has the authority to get him into this room, though.
Yeah, any detective get it in there is what he said.
Yeah, I know, but like,
We're
he
in.
would have felt like he would be. I would have assumed the database would look like a detective, and then there'd be a separate column that just says Gumshoe, and it would have Gumshoe.
And it'd be like,
listed.
no. If anyone finds us now, Detective Gumshoe's a goner.
If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out.
Eek! Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
I didn't even know you could slap a ghost.
Ah! Detective Gumshoe! What are you doing sneaking up on us like that?
I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came to.
If you're here, what's the point of giving us your ID card? Gumshoe's ID card crushed and rendered unusable in pocket.
Don't do that to my card. Oh, jeez, now I'm gonna need a new one. I hardly ever get a chance to come in here. So I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. I love there was all that emotional scene, and then he was just like, yeah, don't mess up, okay, guys?
Oh, God.
It's just
I'm
there.
coming through. You really do want to get fired, don't
Also
you?
here. Not if we're lucky. Now come on, let's see what we can find out.
I've got a bad feeling about this. You could fucking look. You could fucking stand guard at the door, idiot. Let's look around and then we can talk to him. Alright, let's see. What's over here? Anything?
Bunch of stuff.
These shelves are mostly empty. Lana must have cleaned them out when she transferred over to the prosecutor's office. There's a small picture frame on the left shelf. Hey! This is when Lana and I went to that theme park. Sad.
Imagine being in this office, just you and Gant staring at each other, this organ in between the two of you.
This was Lana's desk. It sure is tidy. Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner. There's not even any dust on it. Looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back here?
No. Chief Gant must still keep it clean in memory of that partnership.
They were the stuff legends are made out of.
Does he keep it in memory of her or in memory of the crime?
You could look at that picture too.
Oh, right, I never actually got the chance to investigate it before. I just kind of saw it, and it was put in my evidence. This was taken on that day 2 years ago. The day Joe Dark ran out of the questioning room and tried to kill Emma.
After receiving his reward trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture here. And then went along with Chief Gant to question Doc. I bet he never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later.
Gee, you think?
I thought that was just your reaction until I saw it on the screen.
Yeah, no. Let's investigate his desk. Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's disc. Speaking of that, when we were here earlier... Oh, it's you two! Chief Gant! He put that paper he was reading in his desk. Wonder what he was reading.
This looks like a list of evidence.
A list of evidence?
In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though.
Hey, look at the case name!
Oh? SL9 incident. I wonder what this is doing here.
Hold on, detective. What did you just say?
I said, I wonder what...
No, about evidence lists. Normally they're twice as long?
That's right. I guess there was a lot of evidence.
A half-size list of evidence.
The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long.
What would the other half of the list be doing here? I know it. The chief must be hiding something about that case. It would appear so. Evidence list added to the court record.
So this
Wait, hold on. What did that say?
So this list is all we've got?
Was ripped in half, so this part is all I've got. Can I see what it says? Oh, God.
Nope. Not unless you can read blurry.
Wait a minute.
Hmm.
What's all this then?
Also, are we sure we shouldn't talk to Gumshoe first? Does it matter?
I don't think it'll let us out of the room until we got all the info we need, and I think Gumshoe's got some of it. I wonder what this is.
Okay.
Looks like someone drew some kind of sketch here. What is it? Did you find something? I can't make it out.
Is this your drawing?
I'd better keep quiet about it for now. Why? Oh, it's nothing. Why are your eyes moving about like they missed the right? Better not forget about this picture.
Didn't she say she tried to make a drawing?
Yeah, she definitely did. Weird. Ooh, a safe. This is a safe, isn't it?
Safe. That word is ripe with intrigue.
Okay, if you say so. It looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it. A 7-digit number. I think I just might know what it is.
Sevens.
I'm gonna try that.
Do you know what it is?
I have a hunch.
Oh, I know. You want to try my birth date. It's...
Just ignore him.
I have a better idea. Here goes nothing.
It's all sevens, baby.
Fucking, I can't believe that
Easy.
shit. You dumb motherfucker.
What do you mean you can't believe it?
Bingo. What number did you enter?
Whose birthday was it, pal?
7777777. The final ID card number on the record. What? The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day.
You mean... 7777777? That ID number?
I think you're 1 7 shy this time. This can only mean one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number. Say, anyone care to look inside? We should talk to Gumshoe really quick.
Yeah, I know. You're stressing me out doing all this before talking to him.
A desk on the other side of the room. Was that your sister's? Yes, that's what I was waiting for, Lana. on that day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now?
No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene.
That's a strange reason to leave it there.
He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time.
I see. So ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk.
No one except Chief Gant and the clean lady who's in here each morning.
Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes. I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it?
Why do you ask?
You don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be. No. No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Okay, now then, let's look around a bit more.
Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy.
Oh, what is it?
When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go at that.
Sorry, this guy's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, so what's bothering you?
You don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you?
What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this.
So it's finally come to this.
What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best if I don't divulge my feelings yet.
There you go, ignoring me again.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Let's check that safe.
Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed away?
Look, it's a,
Broken sword thing. Oh, there's the missing piece of the pot.
A shot from a broken cup.
this somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? There's
Are you
something else in
kidding me?
here, too. What's this? Looks like a piece of leather cloth. This is a handprint, isn't it?
Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think the chief made up the design?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, it was just a thought.
Is that it? This is all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. Did we just take the shit with us?
A piece of cloth with a handprint on it, and a broken shot from a cup.
They look like pieces of evidence.
Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here.
Great, now I have to prove their relevancy to get them. How are these two items related to the SL9 incident? Come on, there's got to be something we can show the detective. Well, I mean...
Also, can you check out the night suit before we move on?
Yeah,
Does that have anything?
this is the real deal, isn't it? This armor and these weapons?
Sure is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitations.
First the pipe organ, now this armor? Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it, I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. You don't have to pay any taxes to pay.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Right. Oh boy, okay. I was not prepared for that today. Not on this Thanksgiving. Alright. Sorry.
Shh, be careful of what you say. Who knows? The chief may be hiding in this armor as we speak.
I don't think he'd fit in there. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out.
Cut it out. You guys don't know how scary that guy can be.
I kind of do.
Oh, you can look at the window too. Did you see that?
To the
See that shit?
windows. You can see pretty far from 15 stories up. If you were to drop that suit of armor from here.
At first, the chief wanted to use stained glass for this window.
Really? Why didn't he?
They say he changed his mind because he wouldn't be able to see the view.
Oh. Stained glass or not, it's a huge window.
You can also look at his desk.
I'm gonna look at the other window just to... Just for funsies.
Look at that giant window. Makes you want to crash through it and jump outside.
This is the 15th floor.
I know. I was just saying.
I get it,
what?
Gumshoe.
Ever since making Detective, I've always dreamed about doing something like that.
Note to self, Detective Gumshoe has a lot of dreams. So long as he doesn't go crashing through that window when he gets fired. Don't say that.
I think you can also look at the pipe organ, technically.
The Chief's organ sure is a sight to behold. Occasionally we hear bladed from the Criminal Affairs Department.
That's on the 2nd floor, and this is the 15th floor of an entirely different building.
When Detective screws up, the Chief calls them to his office and makes them listen to the organ for hours.
What's so bad about that? The music suits his soul.
After that, the detective can't hear anything for days except for the ringing in their ears.
So it's an instrument of punishment, literally. But aren't the Chief's ears affected?
He never listened to anyone anyway.
That's beside the point. Anyway, let's fucking hit this fucker with evidence.
Evidence.
Hey, I've got a weird jar.
Broken pot.
Detective Gumshoe,
Broken
could you take a
jar.
look? Could you have another look at this jar?
Dick really admires the Chief's big organ. Ha 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 ha. I get it, Mulligan.
I remember when the three of us were back together. Put that back together. Ah, those were the days.
It's kind of early to be nostalgic. It was literally yesterday. Was this jar a piece of evidence from that case?
That's right. One of the shots has an SL9 incident sticker on it.
Doesn't that ring any bells? You know that fragment we just found?
You mean this one? That was in the safe?
Yes, that one. That was in the safe.
Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits.
Assemble fragments. Here, let me see that shard. I'll take a crack at this.
Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do.
Mr. Wright, here's some glue. If I can piece this together again, it'll
Glue.
prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. Here goes. That we obtained illegally by entering his room when he wasn't here. Don't think about it.
Yeah. I wonder where this piece goes. Wow.
There, it fits like a charm. That, of course, means Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. Eh?
Why would he only need a piece of it?
In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. But
Guys, get a load of this.
what is it?
This piece you just attached. It's different from the others.
Oh.
There's a reddish line on it. A reddish line? That's blood.
I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in his safe?
Unstable jar updated in the court record. And then we've got, for the, let's see. It's a handprint. Do we still have the fingerprinting shit on us? Yes, we do.
Yeah. Fingerprint it.
Detective Gumshoe, I'd like you to have a look at this.
Yeah, I know what that is. So you want to take some fingerprints.
That's a great idea, Detective.
Alright, go to town, sheesh.
What are you doing? Why are you
What are you
sticking out
doing?
your hand like that?
Oh, I see.
Go ahead, take my fingerprints.
It's not your fingerprints we want to take. Come on, this isn't the time for jokes. We're talking about that cloth we found in the safe.
Oh, I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? Sheesh, where's your sense of humor?
Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth. Then once they've been absorbed into the print, blow the rest away. What are you, my mom? I don't have to be told 1,000,000 times.
What are you, my
Alright.
mom?
Alright, let's get this over with.
Dude, obliterate this thing with dust.
Ah!
Gotta use a lot. Gotta make a good fingerprint. Good fingerprint. There you go.
Well, this is useless. I gave it my best shot. And the result won't be any good for matching prints, will it? It doesn't look like we'll get a clear result from this print. Okay, let's try a different finger then. So it wasn't that one. Let's try this one. I wish I had one of those like rapid click things where I could like hold it down and it would click really fast. Like people used to shoot
Rapid click, yeah.
Like people used to shoot at FPSs, yeah.
Yeah, one of those turbo fire on.
I have a guess.
As to whose print this is?
Yeah.
I
I mean,
mean, a piece of cloth that they're trying to conceal.
I did forget to blow as I pressed E. Hold up.
Nope. Oh, it was Emma. Weird. Why?
Match found. No. How can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found the match? Whose fingerprints were they? Huh? It seems like the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match.
Lies.
Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints.
Nope.
Hey, you. Over here.
Just walk to the other side of the room.
What's going on here? What the kid spreads doing on in the chief's safe?
Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now.
Here. Maybe you should hold on to this.
Piece of cloth folded and added to the court record.
Well, was I any help?
Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. Now that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat? Eek!
Chief Gant.
We didn't think you'd be back so soon.
Everyone scatter!
Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then, I thought of a certain detective.
Do you mean me, sir?
Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the coat.
Me, sir?
Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore.
But, sir...
Now get out.
Yes, sir.
We'll be on our way too, then. Wait, you, the one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet. Me, sir? Nope, that's not your voice. I'd like a word with you. But, sir,
She lost her Russian accent. She was too surprised.
You with the spiky hair. You're free to go. Mr. Wright! Okay, bye! Yeet.
Look, pal, if I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you?
I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired.
Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it.
Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why is she?
I can't believe you just left Emma in there with that guy.
Why is she kept eerily silent about it all this time?
Anyway, you listening to me? I'm gonna go try to smooth things over with the chief again. Later, pal.
That's not gonna work, but good luck. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day. February 24th, Detention Center, Visitors Room.
You did what with my sister?
You
I
broke
see.
into the
So the-
chief's office.
I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning.
It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here.
But I've already told you all I can.
What you've told me over the past couple days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing.
Get her ass, Phoenix.
Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the start. I said that I was the one who stabbed the Detective Good.
You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words.
Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right.
Edgeworth?
Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe.
Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. Phoenix Wright is fucking
You're-
sick of being
you're
kept in the
fired.
dark. Phoenix Wright will fight! I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing...
What an intrigue.
Ah! Ugh.
What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say. So you think I'm protecting this person?
Protecting? No, I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, this person in question may have persuaded you to silence.
For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, whom, may I ask, is this person you're speaking of? The one I'm supposedly so frightened of. What is this person's name?
I mean, fucking...
Oh my god, Meekins! Pick Meekins! Pick Meekins! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it!
Take
Do
that.
it! Do it!
The person whom you fear is this.
To be honest, there's something a bit scary.
Who would
Oh,
that be?
that's it. Why, you, of course.
Me?
Yes, you. Seriously believe what you say. You seriously believe what you're saying, don't you? Now that's scary. You scream the makings of a criminal in you. What with all your fallacious accusations. Care to spend the night in the cell next to mine?
If you ask me, you're the scary one. How do I go fast? Where's the go fast? Fuck it, I'll just...
Just button mash.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean... Take that! Well, Miss Sky?
Mr. Wright, you are addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place.
You're in fucking jail. I take it she's still not ready to spill the beans.
My apologies. Could you please tell me a little bit about... Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected them as a detective.
Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes?
His crimes?
Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically hiding and forging evidence.
Of course, these are serious offenses.
Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned?
Chief Gant?
Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was...
Me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation.
Yes, you, but also one other. Damon Gant.
If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case.
Oh, we got proof.
Oh, we've got proof. We've got a fucking half of
We've
an
got the
evidence
list.
We've got this piece of cloth. We've got a jar.
You got a jar? Look at the jar, Lana!
Look at this
Look at the jar!
Take that! I just found this in a safe in the chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident.
I...
The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him?
Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmised. I cannot disobey the chief's orders. Even if it means being found guilty for murder.
Why not?
Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that yet. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate.
In the murder of Detective Goodman.
Or perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day.
I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Just as I suspected. Despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman.
Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Mr. Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken. I discovered that the murder weapon while inspecting the body.
The murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife?
No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it.
The knife from the SL9 incident. Serial killer Joe Dark's knife.
I couldn't just leave that knife in him. So I took it out and stabbed him with another knife.
That would be Edgeworth's knife?
That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand.
And that is the reason for the bandage on your right hand?
Duh. It seems that I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then she saw me just as I plunged the knife in.
Miss Starr, huh?
Why did you prop up his corpse to do it?
Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly?
It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't want it ever opened again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible.
So you hid Dark's knife?
The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that.
So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it. In Edgeworth's exhaust pipe.
Right. Then I called my sister. Tell her what happened, to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler.
You asked Emma?
I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this.
That would explain why Emma is so confident. About Lana's innocence.
Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day.
A bad feeling?
Truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall.
To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him?
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you call him?
God, his music is so good.
I know.
The lead investigator for the SL9 incident has been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own.
Oh, you mean...
Not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands.
He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence.
He had already stolen the ID card. But it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared.
So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room?
It would appear so. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you.
But Lana...
You've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now, please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow.
Tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything.
I'm gonna crack that bitch open like a walnut.
Detective Goodman's real murderer. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago. To be continued. Look at that, we're pretty close to the regular stopping point. Well, I mean, we're pretty close to 2 hours. I mean, you know, hour 45.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're over an hour away from the regular stopping point.
Yeah.
You fool!
I think this is the last part of this. I mean, there's a trial former and a trial ladder, but I'm pretty sure day 4 is oh, there are 2 trial ladders. Fuck. All right, I think we might be able to finish this next week, depending on how long it goes. So yeah,
Nice.
I mean, this is the final court
Nice,
day.
nice.
Because as you remember from the beginning of the game, a court can only go for 3 days.
We only get 3.
Court can only go for 3 days.
After that, you're just done.
After that, it's just nothing. All right.
Gone.
Well, hopefully, maybe next week we'll be able to finish up this game, start on Ace Attorney 2, the one after that. Otherwise, it'll be 2 weeks. You know, it's whatever. So yeah, thanks for watching.
Well, we'll find out.
We'll catch you we'll catch you tomorrow for Yakuza. Bye.
Goodbye.